There's something deeply unsettling about killers who don't just commit crimes, they want to be caught. On the surface, it seems completely illogical. After all, the instinct for self-preservation should drive anyone who breaks the law to hide, cover their tracks, and remain invisible. Yet, time and again, investigators have seen the opposite: killers who leave clues, taunt authorities, or even return to the scene. This paradox has fascinated criminologists, psychologists, and the public alike for decades, because it exposes the hidden, complex workings of the human mind. One of the most common reasons a killer wants to be caught is the craving for recognition. Many of these individuals spend their entire lives feeling invisible, overlooked, or powerless. They may have grown up in environments where their existence seemed meaningless, and committing a crime becomes a way to assert control over a world that never gave them attention. To them, being caught isn't failure, it's validation. It's a grotesque, twisted form of acknowledgement, a way of saying, I exist, I matter, even if that attention comes through fear, horror, or notoriety. Some killers are drawn to the thrill of manipulation. They enjoy playing a psychological game with law enforcement and the public. Leaving clues, creating false leads, or planting small hints as a way to test their intelligence and cunning. The act of being pursued becomes as satisfying as the crime itself. Each step of the investigation becomes a challenge, a puzzle for them to control, and even when they are eventually caught, the attention and influence they wield over the narrative can be intoxicating. In a horrifying way, capture becomes part of the performance. Control is central to this behavior. Many killers have a deep-seated need to dominate, to orchestrate how their crimes are perceived and responded to. By controlling when, where, and how they are discovered, they maintain a sense of authority even in situations that would terrify most people. Their obsession with control drives them to manipulate evidence, mislead investigators, and sometimes even guide the investigation from behind the scenes. It's a chilling reminder of how dangerous intelligence and obsession can become when combined with violent tendencies. But it's not always about control or recognition. For some, the desire to be caught stems from psychological conflict, guilt, or an unconscious need for relief. These individuals may experience internal turmoil after committing their acts. Being apprehended can provide a way to unburden themselves or stop the pressure of hiding a terrible secret. This doesn't excuse their actions, of course, but it does highlight the complex, sometimes contradictory motivations behind their behavior. Many killers even return to the scene of the crime. They do this not only to relive the act but also to relive the sense of power and control it gave them. Each return is a small assertion of dominance, a way to prolong the story of their crime and revel in the psychological impact they've had on others. Law enforcement often notices this pattern because it reveals a type of compulsion. Their desire for control, recognition, or satisfaction cannot be contained, even when risk of capture is high. The role of media and public attention cannot be overstated. Some killers are acutely aware that their actions will be broadcast, analyzed, and discussed endlessly. The attention, even if negative, fulfills a psychological craving. They want to be feared, remembered, and talked about. For these individuals, capture becomes another act in the story they have written for themselves. The narrative of their crime, and their subsequent apprehension, serves to validate the distorted sense of importance they desperately seek. Behavioral experts point out that understanding why some killers want to be caught is more than academic. It can help prevent future crimes. Profilers study patterns, motives, and psychological triggers to anticipate moves and protect potential victims. By analyzing the combination of control, recognition, thrill, and guilt, investigators can predict behaviors and stop the cycle. This demonstrates that while their actions are horrifying, understanding the mind behind them is crucial for law enforcement and public safety. It's also important to note that not all killers behave this way. Many meticulously avoid capture, planning every step to remain invisible and untraceable. But in the subset that seeks detection, the motivations are a disturbing mix of desire, obsession, and psychological need. Their acts are deliberate, calculated, and yet paradoxically self-incriminating. They create their own drama, leaving breadcrumbs that investigators eventually follow to the truth. In the end, killers who want to be caught expose the contradictions of human nature. They commit acts of violence and malice, yet simultaneously reveal vulnerability through their need for acknowledgement, control, or relief. Recognition, attention, psychological thrill, and even subconscious guilt coexist with their darkest tendencies, making them unpredictable and terrifying. Next time you read about a killer leaving clues, returning to a scene, or seemingly inviting capture, remember that there's a complex psychology at work. These are not random acts. They are deliberate expressions of need, control, and self-awareness. The story of each crime extends beyond the act itself, reaching into the deepest, most disturbing corners of the human mind. If this video gave you insight into the chilling psychology of criminals and the paradoxical behavior that drives some killers to seek capture, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Your engagement helps us explore more faceless, thought-provoking content, and brings these stories to light in a way that's both informative and chilling.